The advice presented in this broadcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. It should be assumed that the panelists are not experts in any topic that may arise. Yes, including that one. Be advised at your own risk.
Oh, well, hello there, friends, and welcome back. It's good to see you. This is Questionable Advice. We're here on a special 2-week engagement. This is week number 2. So happy to be back with all of my friends. If you've never seen this show, or you're like, I could use a refresher, what's going to happen is you and the audience get a chance to put things that you need advice on in the comments. So if you have anything you need advice on, whether it's family, friends, career, those Bitcoin things that people talk about, love, your trash can, I don't know, whatever you need advice on, go ahead and put it in the comments. You can put it in now, or you can put it in when it pops into your brain later. And then what's going to happen is me and all the wonderful friends I brought with me tonight are going to give you some help. We're going to answer your questions, give you some advice. Some of it is going to be like, beautiful. That's going to change your life. Some of it is going to be, advisable not to necessarily always follow if it's iffy, Comedians, what are we going to do, right? So let me introduce you to the panel of friends that we have for you today. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
We have Jenna, Ryan, and Bernie. How are all of you today?
Delightful. Happy to be here.
Good.
Awesome.
Decent.
Oh, it's more than we can say. Okay. So if you are
Dayna, wait. Dayna, how are you? It's always about the guest. How are you doing, Dayna?
I'm keeping on. Keep, like the British say, keep calm, carry on. I don't know.
They say a lot of things over there.
If I were a son and wayward, I'd be carrying on. I don't know.
Easily the best time to do it.
Right. Okay. Kendra says, hey, we've got a number of people in the audience, so go ahead and put your comments and your questions in at any time. We have yet to receive any questions for advice, so if you're watching out there, we could definitely use your topics in the comments right now. And then I have this handy-dandy tool where I can favorite the comments and find them all later.
Wow.
Fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, Alex is in the audience. He says, ooh, it's party time.
Aw, you know it. I'm drinking coffee past when I should.
Ooh.
Don't tell anybody. This should be our little secret.
No one has to know.
What's your order? What kind of just coffee?
I get a medium roast with a little bit of cream in there.
Oh, very nice.
Because
very
I'm
good.
a little nasty, but not too. I can't put too much sugar in there because then it loses. It's still got to be bitter.
Yes, that's what wakes you up.
Yeah, which part's the nasty part? Is it the cream or is it the
sugar? Well, the sugar would be too nasty, which is why I avoid it.
Oh, I see.
That's why I do a little bit of cream, a little nasty.
Just a little nasty. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I order it. I'll say, I'll take a medium roast, a little nasty, please. And then they always...
And they always know?
Yeah. They either know or they hang up.
Yeah.
Are you calling them?
Yeah.
It's the same barista every time, but they're like, I'm not going to accept this. You have to actually describe it.
Yeah.
Ryan, we know it's you.
2 pumps nasty. Hold the...
Oh, Kendra's in the audience and wants to know how you doing, Ryan, after your mom going against your mom in top 10.
Oh, my mom I love her to death. Great writer, comedian, really smart person. It was brutal. She really does a good job of making fun of me and like making it look like she's not, but she is, and she loves it. She loves every second of it. So she had a great time.
What was the topic?
Oh, top 10 ways to disappoint your parents.
Oh.
So I think I definitely went. I should never have agreed to it, but you live and learn.
Okay, so if you're in the audience, how the show works is that you need to give us some things that you need advice on if you want to put them in the comments, and then we'll answer your advice questions. I think while we wait for the audience to give us some things they need advice on, I think our conversation about Ryan's coffee gave me an idea. What is some advice for our audience to give them a pick me up in the evening when they need more energy without having to resort to coffee that'll keep you awake all night?
Yeah, that's good. This is something that I struggle a lot with is energy, and I hate when people give me this advice, but I think it actually works. Is just a little bit of exercise, and it's nothing too serious. You can just do a bit of like stretching, even or a nice little yoga set that's not too hot, not hot yoga, some nice cool yoga where all you do is lay on the ground, do some stretches. That could be a good way to burn a little bit of calories and maybe give you a nice pick me up. Something about stretching your body makes you feel a little refreshed.
Nice.
I agree with that. I think that for me, every time I take on like a new wellness initiative, such as yoga, such as stretching, it's really, really good for about 2 weeks. And then I'm like, this is no longer serving me in the way that I need to be served. And so I've actually had to ramp it up lately. And one thing that I found works really well to give me just like a little bit more energy in the evenings is like, get out of your comfort zone, do something that like raises the adrenaline. It's almost like working out, but it's a little extra. So like things like petty theft, you know, leaving things that aren't as appealing in places where they shouldn't be, things like that, to really just like being in places where I shouldn't be. I like to break into like nothing crazy, but like the back of stores. Like if you go into a Gap and you go to that back room where all the stock is, then I just feel like, ooh, I shouldn't be here. And I get a little bit energized from it.
Nice.
I like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think to like really get you going, like be in that back stock room, but get somebody like your worst enemy and give them a knife and have them chase you. And I think that that'll get you going. I think that'll wake you up.
Right?
That's what I do. And it's great exercise too.
Wow, this
See
is
it always comes back to that exercise somehow, right?
Yeah.
right. It's way better than just doing cocaine.
Equal
Okay.
amounts of fun, I think.
Yeah, without the long-term repercussions. Cocaine is great, but not good long-term.
Right.
Being chased by a knife, there's literally no repercussion to that I can.
As long as you stay out of its way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And then my caveat to all these answers is like, it's not black and white. It doesn't have to be either or, right? We can pick multiple from that list anytime we want.
You
Do
could
all
do all.
three.
Yeah, you could do all three in one night. If you got a big old meeting, at 8 p.m. and you're, oh geez, I can't afford to take a nap. I'm gonna do yoga, break into a store, and get chased by a knife.
Yeah. You bring, dude, those, what are they? The bands? You can take those anywhere. You go into the back of the Gap, you have your bands, right? And you make sure the knife doesn't slap the booty
What?
bands. The booty
Excuse
bands.
me?
So like stretchy one.
Yeah. You
What?
put them around your legs. Little
I've
resistance
never heard of
bands.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives you some
Oh yeah.
resistance. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna Google booty bands and see what.
Careful.
You're gonna get a lot of results.
I know my way around the internet.
Okay, so we got some great questions coming in. So Alex wants to know, what should he do not to disappoint his girlfriend's parents?
Well, I think on a personal note, not break their daughter's heart, probably. I don't know. That's what I would think. Maybe take her out to dinner, be really nice to her, buy her dog a sweater. Her father probably likes her dog. There's a lot you could do.
Nice.
Hmm.
I feel like that is a good baseline, right? Like that's the like obvious you should be doing that anyway, right? But I feel like it never hurts in any situation just to smooth it over with some cash. Just give hopefully some Benjamins. Maybe all you got are some like Jacksons and Lincolns, like whatever. But just, slide them some cash, say, think of me when you spend it. And, that should definitely brighten their day.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that too.
Disappointment is a lot. That's what we're really saying is you want to impress them, right? That's what I'm getting from this question. And the hardest to impress of anything on this planet is bears. So you got to do the same thing you would do to a wild bear in the woods. You got to make yourself bigger than them. You got to make yourself bigger than your girlfriend's parents. And you can stand on a chair to do this. Raising your arms is paramount. You got to raise your arms. Give a low growl and then have that low growl ascend to like sort of a dull roar. And they won't only be not disappointed, they'll love you. They'll love you.
Nice.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I were a parent, the partner I'd look for my daughter would be someone who is larger than life or larger than a bear for sure. And, honestly, I think you got to go a little bit bigger. Like, it's one thing to slip a little money on the table, but if you want that power, you want that status, I feel like it's either run for president and win or bust. So what you got to do is start now, start scrubbing your internet presence because we know you have some stuff on there that we need to get rid of.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, we know,
do comedy,
know.
buddy.
Mhm.
Okay, so get there now, get on the ground, and then start local, make your way
Yeah.
up.
We've seen your Google searches for booty bands. That's gonna come up.
Right.
100%.
Oh yeah.
So earlier, Alex did say that Jenna's advice was very specific.
Weird.
Right? And Shirley did ask if we have a particular topic this evening, and nope, there is no topic. So anything you need advice on, go ahead and throw it in the comments.
I do want to mention, if I may, that I did Google booty bands. I am on
Yes,
images, and my favorite thing is and I'm sure this is totally fine and not funny if you use them, but like every pose is them squatting over like this, with the booty bands, and it looks like they're, taking a poo, and that's every single picture with someone with booty bands on, and all I could think about is the poo pose that they all
Sure.
have.
Maybe that's what it's for.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
You have
that
a
would be
squatty
great.
potty.
exactly.
Yeah, the booty band.
Ooh.
Dude, we should sell those as a bundle then. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure.
I like.
So I feel
Another
like,
way to impress the girlfriend's parents.
An entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Entrepreneur. You throw a
Also-
bidet in there, it's full service.
when
Oh,
you
yeah.
squat down
Oh,
in your
really?
perfect poo pose, they're gonna be so impressed.
That'll probably also help you when you're trying to get a little energy in the afternoon.
right? I
Yeah.
feel like nothing makes or breaks your day like how well or sadly you pooed. Like,
That's
think
funny,
that's
but
fair.
also so incredibly true.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than a sad poop. We all know it.
okay, so we have some more questions. So Michelle Petra wants to know, Michelle never knows what to eat for lunch. What are some solid lunches to incorporate into Michelle's day?
I mean, for me, it's like, it's so annoying, but I feel like I really have to go with something that is on the lighter side for lunch because I get so sleepy immediately after eating anything. So I just look for something that's like really, I mean, tuna is fast, it's easy. I make before like sandwiches, things like that. Anything that can be done quickly and it doesn't bog you down too much and has some vegetables. That's a terrible answer. So there you go. Please enjoy.
No, it's a very responsible, healthy adult answer. I love it.
I know. I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I find that like my problem with eating meals sometimes is that I have to like think about it and make a decision, and that's really hard for me. You get decision fatigue. So I think the best meal lunch is just to eat someone else's lunch. Like if you work in an office, take their lunch. If you don't, like just find a restaurant nearby and just like grab it off the table as soon as the waiter walks away.
Yeah.
So like, let someone else make your lunch choice for you and you can just swoop in.
Dana, that's a really good point. I would even go a step further because you know I'm on the go. I'm a busy man. So instead of taking their lunch, just take a bite out of the person. just a little chomp, nothing wrong. People are nutritious. Yes, I'm talking cannibalism, but you know what? They're not dead. You're just going to take a little chomp out of their arm while they're there, just a little, reach over, a little nibble, and then the lunch is quick. It's easy. You don't have to prepare anything at all. Maybe just bring a little bit of salt to salt the arm right before you take a chomp out of it. And quick, easy protein.
Yeah, it would be really gross if you did that without seasoning. So I'm glad you
Yeah.
put the salt tip in there, Ryan.
Yeah, well,
A
that's
little bit
just
of
me.
nasty.
There's a little bit of nasty on there, and
A little bit.
that's awful. But the good thing is it's limited by your imagination. A little paprika, a little one of my favorite spices, not only to eat but to say. A little bit of cayenne, cumin,
So are you just bringing like a whole spice rack with you?
Yeah, I have like a Batman utility belt. That's all. But I like the idea of also just carrying my spice rack.
Do your coworkers like quietly like move out of the way when you come into the room?
Oh, they try, yeah.
Specifically with the spice rack, that's when they're like he's feeling peckish.
Oh, God,
It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, Michelle says thank you for all these great suggestions. Michelle's going to keep salt packets in her purse. Yeah. I mean, can I just make one side complaint about spice racks? Because I had a spice rack for the longest time, and anytime I needed a spice, it was not in that spice rack. And that spice rack had like 18 different spices, and it was never the one that I actually needed, and it made me so mad.
That's some Twilight Zone bullshit.
That's some big spice bullshit too.
Yeah.
They were like all the reject spices that nobody bought. They're like, we'll put it in a rack and then hide the fact that the cool ones are not here.
That's sad.
You know who who could help with this? The Spice Girls. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Like, I would love to live in a world where that was their whole thing.
Their function.
Yeah.
They're
They're like a fairy tale, like the Tooth Fairy. They show up when your chicken is unseasoned.
Yeah. Or when you're in the lunchroom feeling peckish and you forgot your rack.
You forgot your rack. They show up and salt your friend's arm for you.
And you're like eating the chicken and you're like, this tastes oddly sporty, but I like it.
I think for Ryan it would be scary.
If you're eating veal, you'd put a little baby spice on it.
No, but yes.
Okay.
And I think we've helped a lot of people so far. I don't usually like to brag. I don't like to toot my own horn, especially so early into a show. But I think we're doing a really good job of helping people out with it.
I think so.
Yeah.
If we could just post.
Oh, sorry. What was that, Bernie?
I was gonna say if we could just post we have Venmos if you guys want to reciprocate.
I like this. Oh my goodness, it's so bold.
The best advice to give is to just give us money.
Yeah.
I think your life will be better. Also, we eat people and maybe chase them with knives, so it's really in your best interest.
Yeah. Not so much a suggestion or a request.
Okay, so Lacey has a question. Lacey says, what is a go-to party trick that she can learn to impress everyone? So I got this. I think the trick is not to do a trick. I've been in my alone time, because I have a lot of it. I've been learning a lot about getting to connect with people, and really the biggest thing you can do is just be yourself, talk to people, maintain eye contact, just show people that you're really engaged with them. Because if you go and you talk to someone and you are making that obvious, I'm looking at you, I'm listening to what you say, people will just be really responsive to who you are as a person. And I think that's a really great way to impress people with just being a cool ass person.
That's great advice. I think that's wonderful. That's still sometimes hard to do though, That takes time. You kind of have to cultivate it over time. And a quicker go-to that's a good party trick of mine is to start crying. Um, for me, this is incredibly easy, right? So it's like kind of my go-to just in general, not just at parties. And then it's like you get a little bit of attention. You can take it different places from there, maybe good, maybe bad. You just kind of go from there and see what's up.
So I have a follow-up question for that, Bernie. As
Please.
me, as someone who hates other people seeing me cry, like, how do I get over that?
Just do it as much as possible, because at that point it's like it's like rejection where they tell you to go get rejected on purpose. It's like cry on purpose, and then once everyone's seen you, it's like that's her thing. There's Dayna, she's crying again, and then it's like becomes a fun, like totally everyone loves it. I'm so serious, they love it.
Yeah, you start crying.
Ryan knows.
I'm just
Also, like,
cheering.
Yeah, crying is like a muscle. You gotta use it. And when your tear ducts are really strong, like that's when you get to control your cries a little bit. And then no one's more impressed by the single tear. That is always a super impressive party trick. And yeah, and
One of the best ones.
Oh, go ahead.
The best single tear I ever saw was in college. My friend was doing a keg stand, and just like one beautiful tear fell down onto the keg, and it was like we talked about it for months.
Oh shit! And they were like upside.
Yeah.
Right, go on, Ryan.
But they were upside down, right? So the tear, like.
Yeah. So it was like a little Spider-Man-y. It was like very iconic in our friend group.
It was like the Spider-Man kiss, but with crying.
And beer.
And beer.
Nice.
It sounds magical. Did it like refill the keg? Sounds like a Disney movie.
It
Like,
did
like
last.
sparkles?
Yeah, an oddly long time after that.
Oh my gosh.
Disney magic.
A bunch of woodland critters came out after that and started tweeting and singing a song.
I really like the idea of crying at a party as a party trick. And I do something similar, but it's towards the end of it. It's like my party trick to get everybody to go home. And like when I'm ready for them to go home, I just stand in the middle and I just start screaming. Screaming until everybody just kind of is like go. And then they leave. Party trick.
Yeah, I've been there. It's really effective.
It works, right?
It's
I
also
miss
like
it.
nonstop. Like
I must have
I
learned.
put a pair of lungs.
Oh, sorry. I must have learned to go home in time because I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like Jenna, do you want me to take any of this pizza home? And it's just nonstop screaming at your face. Okay,
I maintain eye contact as well. Dayna.
Yeah.
Oh, Lacey's gonna start practicing tonight. So if you live next door to Lacey, be ready.
I can't wait.
I love that so much.
Alex says the neighbors don't appreciate your party tricks.
Well, they can leave too.
Yeah. They should though, because it's getting everyone out.
Yeah, just
Right?
scream at them until they leave the neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm trying to
This is
help
a really
them.
yeah.
And that way your friends can move in next door so you can just party at each other's houses.
See, and then we can all just scream at the same time every night, and it'll just be like a really fun thing for us to do.
Yes.
Block party's over. You can all go home now.
I've always been jealous that like chickens get to make a racket, but I can't. This is my own rant. Like I'm really pissed that like a chicken gets to balk it up at 10 in the morning, but I can't go around barking like a chicken. People say that's not cool, man. What are you? Yeah.
Well,
So
Ryan,
it's
come
bullshit.
with me at the end of
Yeah.
a party.
I
And
think
I'll
it's time-
scream, and you could balk.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's all
so-
about reclaiming your space sonically, reclaiming your sound space.
So if anyone's interested, Jenna, Ryan, and I are all going to host a party. Doing those three things. Dayna will be there having very good conversation with people as well.
Yeah,
It's this Saturday. I know everyone wants to come. Please come out.
yeah. We got Bernie in the corner crying. We got Jenna and Ryan screaming.
Balking.
We have the life Bakken.
Oh, this is great.
I think
Alex says, "Bok, bitch."
Yeah.
I do think that we just kind of sound like a kindergarten class.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually I taught third graders for a while, and as soon as I took my eyes off them, all three of those things would happen. And it was awful. Really good. It was fun.
I taught 6th grade and 7th grade, and every day without fail, getting to the last period of the day, those 3 things were happening before I even got to the classroom. I'm like, this is not my fault.
Yeah, I'm.
There were 5 periods before I even saw them, dude.
I am not the source of these tears.
Yeah.
Well, I always said that the problem with like junior high kids is they have like the energy of the little kids, but like the attitude problems of like high schoolers. So it's just a really bad mix.
It is, and they're just on the spectrum. Like there's everywhere in between. It's fun, but it's also it's a lot. It's
Right. They don't tire themselves out. Like high school kids are all like, "Oh, I've got hormones. I can't sit up straight."
Yeah, it's all fun and games until you get eye rolled by 10 kids a day. That can really wear away at your mental fortitude.
Yeah, I'm like, I roll myself 16 million times a day, okay? You guys, you can't do worse than me, and yet somehow it's affecting me.
Yeah. Or like, what's even worse than eye roll is a...
Oh, the quiet scoff.
Yeah, that hurts more than I ever knew it could.
Great. Okay, so we got some more topics coming in. So Kendra just put in here, Kendra thinks her laptop is dying. What should she do?
Yeah, I'm actually a not a technology expert, but I help my mom with stuff sometimes when my dad's not around to help her, because he knows more than I do. But I mean, if it's like obviously if it's running out of batteries, you plug it in. But if it's like that's too simple. If it's more of a internal issue, you can Geek Squad exists and they kick ass and get membership. I would go pretty early because sometimes they get pretty booked, like the line gets pretty backed up. But you can always check the battery. You can reset your settings. That might help. Maybe you have a bunch of settings that are making the battery usage a lot more than normal. So there's always something. It's just once you figure it out, I think it gets a lot easier.
Nice.
You said you helped your mom, Ryan. Did she? What would she say if she was going to give you a review?
On my of my skills, probably like really nice guy. Wish he called more. Something like that. 0 out of 10. 0 stars.
That does sound like
fix the problem. Really great customer service. Wish she texted me back. 0 out of 5.
Shirley wants to know, have you called your mom, Ryan?
We've talked. We had brunch. Very recently. I haven't called her, but we're communicating, I think.
So Ryan, I saw your mom last Thursday. Have you seen her since then, or have I seen her more recently than you?
No, I saw her this Sunday.
Okay.
So, boom. You can't catch me slipping this week, Dayna. I'm on it.
Somebody call her right now.
Yeah. Corroborate the story and the review.
Yeah, we definitely need a collaboration on the review.
Yes.
Go.
Bernie. No, you go ahead, Bernie.
Oh, I was going to say, on the computer thing, I think it's great if you want to try to fix it. But honestly, at this point in my life, I have no patience for weak things, including weak computer batteries. And I totally implore you to take hold of your own power and follow my lead, because if my computer's about to die, guess what? I'm going to get it there first. I would say you can try a variety of ways. If you have a balcony, toss it off. If it survives, it can stay in the clan. If not, it's time to move on and get something better and stronger.
Okay, Mom, I'm calling you during a live stream show that I'm doing because people were concerned that I haven't called you, so I'm calling you to let people know that I do indeed talk to you.
Can we have her advice?
I do.
I don't know if
Yeah.
she seems like the kind of lady who would agree with Bernie, though. Like, toss that out, and if it survives, it survives.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Mama. First of all, can you? I'm gonna put you on speaker, maybe. Though. I don't know if-
Yeah, this is not fair that we only get one side of the conversation.
Okay, can you say something, Mom?
The side we don't trust.
Did you hear that, guys? I don't know if you can through the microphone.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Oh, this
Can
is.
you
I'm sorry.
Can you translate what's going on?
Yeah. Mom,
Kendra's
can you confirm
saying-
that?
Put her on speaker. It didn't happen.
Can you confirm that we had brunch this Sunday? People don't believe me that we had brunch.
Let me guess, she's gonna say yes.
Right? For all we know, he's just like, oh, I'm talking to
Okay.
his mom now, too.
It's
My
just
mom
the cover.
She says yes, and she also wants me. She says that she can tell you what I had, as well.
Okay.
Still not,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
super corroborating.
A
Elliot
waffle,
Stabler would not stand for this.
a waffle, 3 sausage links, 2 eggs and bacon. That seems right. Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks, Mom.
See, the hard part is I played many a social deception game with Ryan, and his lying and his telling the truth. Neither of them seem convincing, so it's hard to tell what's real.
It's just not that he's a good liar. He's just, like, not a good truth teller.
Yes, and they're both
Yeah.
the same. Like, they both the same level of energy, so you can't tell which one's which because
Oh, my
No,
gosh.
that was more difficult than I thought to like talk to the show and talk to my mom at the same time. I didn't think that through tech-wise, but
But you got another phone call logged in, and you got it on camera, so pretty
Right.
smart, really.
Shirley
I know.
says that she finds this level of accountability kind of fire.
What are friends for?
Okay.
I don't remember what the question was anymore.
yeah, I'm sorry. I really derailed that. I was
That's
not
okay. We were helping Kendra with a question about how to fix what to do about a laptop that's dying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with Bernie. Toss it. Toss it. Why are we using laptops anyway? We have telephones, cell phones. Don't give the NSA 2 different ways to listen to you. Just one.
Dude. Great point. Great point.
Just one. One's enough.
One's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, and also if there's too many ways, like the NSA gets confused because
Yeah.
they have too many channels open. So just give them one direct channel so that your
Yeah.
NSA agent has an easier time.
Because it's one
It's-
agent per device, so they have to hire like an extra person. And
Yeah.
that's more of your tax money going to be paid to listen to you. When if you only had one device, it like saves on payroll.
And
I
like a
like
lot
the
of
idea.
places are having like wellness initiatives right now, and it's like NSA agents are people too, guys. Like we cannot deal with burnout.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
to encompass everyone. We're all people.
Instead of just throwing them a parade, mayor of certain cities, give them a pay raise. They deserve it.
I really like the idea that it's like there's just a bunch of tabs and they can't figure out what tab is going on what.
There's too many tabs. I can't even find my booty bands tab. There's too many.
There's music coming from somewhere. Jenna screaming in the background. Bernie crying.
You're just there.
I would absolutely be there. I would love to see what's going on in people's computers.
I love that as a method to get them to stop listening to you, though, is just constantly screaming at your Alexa. So they're just like, fuck it, there's nothing good here. We're moving on. Like,
I would love a website.
It's not worth it.
I would love a website that's just an audio file of Jenna screaming.
yeah.
You go to like jennascream.world or whatever, and then it's just Jenna screaming, and you can't close it.
I
Absolutely
think
cannot close. It's like a virus.
I think the NSA is going to be really confused with like what I've been up to lately because some of my Google searches, like I searched for sexy server pictures, like a computer server. Like I wanted a picture of like a computer server that was sexy, but then like right after that, I searched for like dissatisfied wife pictures.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go back. Computer server that was sexy for which purpose? You can't just roll over that.
I wanted to see if there were like sexy looks. I needed a picture of a server that looked sexy.
For
Can
reasons.
we talk about like what constitutes as sexy for a server?
Well, I was thinking
what does
something
that
with
look
like very accessible insert ports.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay,
A little
so
lace.
Googling sexy computer server is the most wild thing. Because like
Is it really?
one of like part of it is just like computers that like look nice, and then there's a picture of like a woman leaning against a computer like, oh yeah, I fucked this computer or whatever.
Oh my god.
And there's a picture of Betty Boop for no reason.
There's never a no reason for Betty.
Okay.
She knows what she's doing.
Betty Boop is always in context.
Google knows what you really want, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Give me pictures of Betty. Give me pictures of Betty Boop.
Oh, she's
Time traveling.
She's like serving. Can you see it? I don't know.
Okay.
Serving hot.
Well, they
woods.
totally tossed out the computer part. Yeah, she is. Get it, Betty. I support her.
Get it, Betty.
Oh, Shirley said that two people in the same vicinity Googling the same things will really turn the NSA on its head.
Yeah, well.
Should all Google the same random silly thing at once. Okay.
So,
go ahead, Ryan.
No, we should move on from the second, because there is something I want to. No, I don't want to talk. We should move on, but I'll take too much time if I continue to talk about the sexy computer server Google results.
Okay. So earlier, Vita had a question. How does she make her rooster love her and stop attacking from behind? It says that he's too cowardly to attack head on, but if she turns around, he'll give chase. I think that really, as I'm not a rooster expert, I think the best advice I could give you is probably Google it or talk to somebody that is. I don't want to give you some actionable advice that is bad. I think they might give you some advice on how to like give it treats that it likes so that it warms up to you. Or sometimes, because it is the rooster, sometimes they have territory issues and it might just, sometimes you have to learn to accept reality instead of trying to change it, and that's sometimes the biggest lesson we can learn.
I love that. I think that one of the ways to accept the reality is to understand that you can't change anybody or any rooster. And so what you need to do is figure out what you can change. And the first thing my mind went to is Super Mario Brothers, right? The ghosts sound a lot like your rooster. So you need to practice, get that game on there, and you got to be cat-like and just make sure you never have your back to that rooster.
Oh, yeah, you're talking when you turn around, the boo enemies, they become invisible.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
And then they're
like, Shirley does say that cocks usually attack from the back, so I guess that is a thing that they do.
Yeah, I think your rooster is suffering from insecurity, and this is something that has plagued a lot of roosters that I've worked with, because roosters are protectors. They need to protect the nest, protect egg, or whatever. So maybe your rooster is lashing out because it's not getting enough opportunity to protect. It's feeling useless. So what you got to do is like maybe put like a precious item in the vicinity of the rooster, like a USB stick with all your memory on it, or like a precious heirloom, and then just have the rooster protect it. Even though, you can pretend yourself to be a robber, you creeping in, and then the rooster gets to protect the item, and it gets to feel really validated, and then it
Wow.
will no longer lash out at you.
But I don't know. I don't care for this rooster fragility that we need to help.
No, Jenna, you just destroyed me. No.
I was moved by it, Ryan. I was very moved.
Nah, Jenna just.
You know what? You take control and you tell that rooster if he's not paying rent, then to get over it. You are bigger than him. Roosters are terrifying, and I do understand that. And also, I think kind of pointless. I mean,
That's a hot.
farm? Like, I don't know.
That's the hottest farm take I've heard in a while. Is that roosters are useless?
I mean, I'm just saying, I've got chickens, and I've got 4 hens, and they just seem to be hamming it up every day. They get to do what they want. They get to drink all the wine they want, and they get to hang out, and there is no rooster yelling at them.
Nice.
And
Wow,
they
that's
don't
interesting,
eat.
Jenna. Do you feel threatened by the roosters yelling?
Oh my God. Am I the rooster?
Yes.
Yeah, you're their rooster. My how the tables have turned, Jenna.
Are you worried he's going to take your place at the end of the party?
I'm the fragile rooster.
Have you started pecking anyone from behind?
I mean, like, I'm thinking about it now.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? It is 2021. Women can be roosters too. Like,
Oh,
let's
hell yeah.
not rooster shame. Thank you.
Yeah.
agreed.
I take it back. I'm back on your side, Ryan.
Yeah.
Also, a tip to the person who wanted to impress the girlfriend's parents. Note that down. Give her
that's
something
some
to
great
Point out your
comps.
flaws.
Yeah, give the parents an egg.
Yeah.
Protect this egg.
So, yeah, Lacey's like, yeah, tell that rooster, buck, bitch.
I'm
And
not
Shirley-
fucking around.
And Shirley said, yeah, why are we protecting these cocks? They wake us up early in the morning and just want to fertilize all the eggs. Shirley's with Jenna, no more rooster fragility. Alex
I'm
said,
back on then.
Alex said, CGW, chickens gone wild.
Oh my.
Let them live. And I
Don't
think
search that
roosters
one,
are-
Ryan.
Search chickens.
There was
gone
a lot
wild.
of things that were said that I was curious if Ryan was going to search. Specifically, like pecking from behind and cocks attack from behind. I think that was said at some point.
Okay, Chickens Gone Wild is a restaurant. 211 Main Street, New Rochelle, New York.
Interesting.
Oh.
How many stars?
You know what? I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, please do. That's where the party's at.
78 reviews, average of 3 stars.
Ooh.
Tonight's episode of Questionable Advice is sponsored by Chickens Gone Wild. Go eat chicken.
And if
Just
you like
kidding.
it, leave them a review. If you don't, forget about it.
Yeah.
Our
my-
NFA president.
My family and I ordered $100 worth of food to be delivered. Food was great, but we specifically asked for blue cheese, a lot of it, and we received none.
You know
One
what?
star.
As
That
a
is
fan
the
of
one-
blue cheese, I agree. Like it's very hard to find sometimes.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the ranch team.
I only like blue cheese and crumbles. I don't know where we stand, Jenna.
I like crumbles.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, that was
Okay.
terse for a second.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I prefer the crumbles over the blue cheese as a dipping sauce.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, so we have some more questions. So earlier, Ben Haskett asked, how can I ensure I save enough for retirement? Okay, I can hop in with this one. I have a retirement plan, so that's fun. I think if you have a job that offers you, a 401k, it's always good to put money in there. If you're new to it, like, I think they recommend at least like 10% if you're new to it and you're like, wow, that seems like a lot of money. If you set it up to where it will increase by like 1 or 2% every year you're at your job, that'll start to like get you used to it a little bit more, but like not feel like a big old chunk is taken out all at once. And then, and also by the time hopefully you've gotten like raises and promotions and so you've earned more money. I hear there's also like investing. I don't personally invest because I don't know how, but I hear that's great. So maybe try to like do multiple things. But yeah, you should definitely take advantage, especially if you have like, if your company does some 401k matching, you definitely want to take advantage of that because you're throwing away free money if you don't, because some companies will match you up to like a certain percentage of money that you contribute on your own, and then they'll double it, and free money is always magical.
Ah ha ha! Arg! You want to be saving for retirement, do ye? Well, then mayhaps the pirate life be for ye. See, pirates, they store all their money in treasure chests and bury them. And that's a safer way to store money I can't think of. Also, sailing the seven seas is a great way to spend your midlife crisis. A lot of people experience midlife crisis. What better way to relieve that than be a pirate? No one's gonna know where you buried that treasure except for ye. Ye have a map, and as long as ye never let that map fall into anyone else's hands ever, Yarg, then the money is safely yours. Also, you get a parrot. Sorry.
Oh, well, I have a question for Pirate Investor, actually.
Yes,
So
Yarg.
your map, on your map, is it like a paper map, or are you putting it on your cell phone or computer?
Ooh, you are. It hurts my voice to do the. Pirates only be using the finest parchment. Or if you're a really hardcore pirate, you could go memento style and tattoo it onto your skin.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like that.
I think that's great because the ship is a good way to, number one, save on rent. And I was going to be pretty disappointed if you were going to use a cell phone because those roaming fees, which I don't know if are still a real thing, would be outrageous.
Oh my god, they would be.
Yeah, and all the moisture and the salt from the ocean will probably like get in your phone and kill it anyway.
Yeah.
Which, if it's weak, throw it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your phone stops working, make it walk the plank. We've no use for defective devices on this ship.
Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to change my retirement plans. Although I do like, pillage and plunder for sure. I've heard that if you need a quick money, and you just never know with investments, you never know with IRAs or 401ks or other things that I'm just guessing are things. And, so I say just a robbery one time, hit it and quit it, get like $40 million and just, I agree with the map thing. Put it on a parchment for sure, because those NSA agents are tricky, and I think they will come back. They will try to help the cops, and then you'll get in trouble. So yeah, ink it.
After they take all those mental health days, they're going to be there looking for you. So I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're taking vacation, but are they vacationing on the 7 seas looking for you?
I love that. I think it's a really good idea to kind of move away from traditional methods of investing, because we all know like this is only going to go for so long. Like we're near the end. I'm looking outside of my window right now. So I would say just accelerate that process, baby. Like I don't want to say this because it's too soon, but it's never not going to be too soon. So just burn the whole thing down, and just get it so that those money on the computer is a social construct, and it's gonna go bye-bye. So just get it going faster, take it all down now while we have our health.
Hell yeah.
So what you really need are like wilderness survival skills for the apocalypse.
I didn't think that far ahead, but I think that that'd be great. That'd be a great investment as well.
I don't know.
What a better way to survive the apocalypse than on the sea, baby. Yeah.
All right, our party has moved from my house to New York. We're now the sea. We're gonna be on the sea. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get some money.
Still crying. Jenna's still screaming into the ocean void.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, the best place to scream, I think.
Oh yeah.
Until it screams back.
Yes. So I do actually have like one more idea for like investments, right? Like you need to invest, but you need to invest your time, right? Because a relationship for the future is really what the best way to like bypass all of the time it takes to earn money in like a normal people's investment. So you need to invest your time in a very old rich person. So you just find someone that already has all the money that you're going to need for the rest of your life, preferably in that like octogenarian plus age range. You know, they don't take much to please them because nobody else wants to talk to them. So you can just slip right in there. You know, you put up with them for however long. It's not going to take long. And then, you know, they love you so much that they're going to want to leave you everything so you can live a happy life without them. You know, it's you give them some love at the end of their life and the rest of their family stop giving a crap. So you're doing a public service and then you're getting set up for the rest of your life at the end.
Yeah.
I think it took far too long for get a sugar mommy or daddy to appear on the show.
That's true.
Knowing this cast, I think it should have appeared much earlier. But I love it. It's great advice.
It really is. I like it too. I'm all for it. I've always thought like being a trophy wife would be great, you know, just in general. Except the only thing about that though is that you are expected to like, I don't know, exercise and like do your hair and stuff. And I just after a while I don't want to.
Yeah.
You have to be the trophy part. Ugh.
I kind of want to be the like sugar mama part. Like I'm not quite at like sugar level, but maybe like a cheap pixie stick level. Like if you're looking for a pixie stick mama, like I'm your gal.
Yeah. I'm the opposite of it. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Bernie.
I was just going to say I'm ready to sign up to be your stevia mama. A little lighter.
My gosh, I love that.
I'm your sugar substitute daddy.
Right.
I'm your artificial sweetener daddy.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I can't help you buy a Lambo. Like I won't buy you a Lambo. I can't do that. But like I could pay your car payment for a couple months.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll buy you Arby's once a week.
That's corn syrup, mama.
That's high fructose, mama.
Yeah.
I like that. Dayna, you're like the perfect like sugar mama for like a college student, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just what they need to get them through. That could be really like beneficial. I like it.
Right,
Hell yeah, she's great. She's fucking awesome, man.
She brought me up to Jim Beam. I love her.
You know, with everything going on, I'm not really looking for like a long-term commitment. So I could take, you know, a 4-year, then you're done. 2 year if you're already a junior. Like, you know.
Oh, man. Just add it onto their student loans.
Right?
You know? Yeah. Get an interest rate going.
I'd be like, I just like a little bit of that PhD, please. Oh, Shirley in the comments did want to know, like, where do you find a rich old dude? And Megan said, Anna Nicole found hers in a strip club.
That feels like a great place to start.
Right? Titties and old half-dead dudes for win-win.
What more would you ask for?
Right? I feel like with anything, just Google it, like, old rich dudes in my area.
Your NSA agent is going to go crazy.
Dude, I wonder how many old rich dudes have a Google alert on the phrase "old rich dudes in my area" so they can somehow get the NSA to track it for them and find you. So just be careful with that one. Because they're like, finally, someone.
I'm sure Google Maps has a thing, like, because, like, you know, I can type in restaurants near me open, and they got it. So I feel like just Google Mapsing old rich dudes in my area. I'm actually gonna do that right now.
I'm just imagining like Dayna's NSA agent like moving their chair over to Ryan's NSA agent and like, do we call somebody? Why has Sexy Server been like looked up 20 times now?
Shirley's saying this is quality advice, and Megan said go to plentyofdepends.com.
Okay, so no results found on Google Maps. They gave me a thing that said try Google search instead. So let's Google search that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the reviews of old rich dudes in my area.
Okay, this is
no blue cheese.
This is not a joke. Rich older men dating. Meet single rich man in United States, Meatville. So meatville.com. Meatville. MEET.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Meatville, it would be way funnier if it was MEET.
That's for the younger men.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That sounds like the name that, like, there was a sketch scenario where two people met and then they were talking to their families and they're like, where'd you guys meet? And they're like, we met in Meatville? And then they just rolled with it for the website.
Okay, hold on.
That's how Farmers Only got together, I'm pretty sure.
There's also Millionaire Match and Elite Singles. That one
Like,
just
what
sounds...
are the requirements for the not rich part?
Yeah.
So,
Just
it sounds like these are sites...
Oh no, Megan says both of her exes come from methville.com.
I love that. These sites are getting really specific. So apparently it sounds like it's if you are a rich older person to meet other rich older people, that's what the site sounds like.
No, so you have to spread the wealth around. It needs to trickle down into younger people.
They don't believe. Oh God!
Oh, they don't like that.
Well, for elite singles, which it seems very just already like getting huge classist vibes, is Elite Singles is the site for you if you're looking for someone who matches your financial and intellectual needs.
Ooh.
Could be good.
Could that be anybody, really? I mean, who's to say what your financial and intellectual needs are?
Yeah.
Are your financial or intellectual needs comedians? Because no one can meet someone else.
I feel like the only thing you're actually... Was it?
Are your financial needs a $7 bottle of wine? Because that's where I'm at.
Most of the time, yes. I was going to say the only thing that's actually filtering for is people who will sign up for a website called Elite Singles, and then it's like, you guys are meant to be together.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good point. 100%. Oh my God.
It works great.
Don't make anybody else put up with your bullshit. Put up with each other.
Get yourself out of the general dating pool for everyone's sake.
I would never describe myself as an elite single in a million years. Sounds weird.
Alex says that funny equals money. I wish that were true. Okay. Oh, sorry, what was that, Jenna?
I don't know. I was gonna start, and then I was like, I don't think I do have anything to say about that.
Just start screaming.
Yeah. And that's how we know we're gonna end the show. And Jenna's just gonna say,
"You're calling it."
Just tell me when to go. Birdie, get ready to cry.
I'm always ready, baby.
Yeah. Well, I think we've come to the end of our show. Thank you, everybody, for watching and giving us your great topics. We had a lot of fun. We hope you did, too. Thank you, Jenna, Ryan, and Bernie, for being here. It was so great to have you. Thanks again, everybody, and have a great rest of your weekend. Start it early. Bye. Yeah. Let me find the thing. Bye.